Hey everyone, let's talk about something that doesn't always get enough attention, but touches every single one of us. Think about it. When you see someone with a broken leg, what happens? People rush to help, they sign the cast, they ask how it happened. When someone gets a fever, everyone tells them to rest, to take medicine, to slow down. Physical health is visible, it's tangible, we understand it. But what about the health of our minds? What about anxiety, stress, depression? These are the invisible wounds, and because no one sees them, they often get ignored. Not just by others, but sometimes even by ourselves. We tell ourselves to get over it or be stronger. But today, in our modern world, more people are silently fighting battles inside their own minds than ever before. The pressure is mounting, the noise is constant, and our inner peace is paying the price. You know, we're living in a world that's moving faster than ever, and that's precisely why this conversation is so critical. That's why mental health has become the biggest challenge of our time. Here's why. Let's start with the biggest barrier: stigma. Have you ever noticed the profound difference in how we talk about physical pain versus mental pain? If a colleague says, "I've got a splitting headache," the response is immediate sympathy. "Oh no, do you need some water? Maybe some aspirin?" But what happens if that same colleague musters up the courage to say, "I'm feeling completely empty inside today"? The reaction is often awkward silence, or worse, dismissive advice. Don't overthink it. Just try to be positive. We all have bad days. Unlike a broken arm or a cold, mental struggles are often invisible. This fundamental difference in reaction creates a deep-seated shame. It sends a powerful, unspoken message. Your physical pain is valid, but your mental pain is a character flaw. It's something to be hidden. People start to believe their struggle is a sign of weakness, that they are somehow failing at life. So, they hide it. They put on a mask of productivity at work, a mask of cheerfulness with friends, a mask of contentment for their family. They become masters of disguise, perfecting the art of saying "I'm fine" when they are anything but. Inside, they might be drowning in a sea of anxiety or lost in a fog of depression, but on the outside, they just look a little tired. People hide what they're going through because of fear, stigma, or not knowing how to ask for help. And the worst part of this invisibility? Because nobody sees the wound, nobody knows to offer help. The silence that surrounds mental health isn't just empty space. It's an active force that isolates and suffocates. It allows the struggle to grow in the dark, unchecked and unaddressed. That silence makes things worse. It convinces people they are utterly alone in their experience, when in reality, millions are feeling the exact same way. This isolation is the cruelest part of the stigma, and it can have devastating consequences, often preventing people from seeking help until they reach a crisis point. Our world is changing so fast, and this internal struggle is being amplified by the unprecedented pressures of our modern lifestyle. Life has fundamentally changed. Think about the worries of our grandparents' generation. They were often centered on immediate, tangible needs like food, shelter, and physical safety. Our worries are different. They are abstract, relentless, and digital. Technology is everywhere. Social pressures are rising. Expectations keep stacking up. We worry about looming deadlines and job insecurity. We worry about loan payments and the rising cost of living. And then there's the digital layer of stress. We worry about our online image, about getting enough likes on a post, about crafting the perfect response to an email at 10 p.m. Social media makes us compare ourselves to everyone else, leaving us feeling not good enough. Our brains are constantly, relentlessly overloaded. It's a 24/7 cycle. The moment we wake up, we check our phones, flooding our minds with news, emails, and the curated highlight reels of other people's lives before we've even had a sip of water. We go to work and juggle notifications, meetings, and an endless to-do list. And when the day is finally over, what do? We scroll. We scroll through social media until 2 a.m., numbing our minds, but never truly resting them. We never switch off. Our brains, which evolved for a world of natural rhythms and periods of quiet, are now trapped in a state of perpetual stimulation. And when the brain doesn't get the rest and recovery it needs, it begins to break down. It signals its exhaustion through chronic anxiety, through emotional burnout, or through the heavy blanket of depression. Add stress from work, school, and just trying to keep up. It's no wonder many feel overwhelmed. This isn't a personal failure, it's a predictable outcome of an unsustainable way of living. We are pushing our mental endurance to its absolute limit, day in and day out. This overwhelming stress is made even harder to bear by a critical gap in our support systems. Even with the people closest to us, the conversation around mental health is often non-existent or misguided. In many families, mental health is still a taboo topic. If you try to tell your parents, "I'm feeling really anxious lately," the intention might be loving, but the response can be invalidating. Beta, everyone gets stressed. Just don't think about it so much. Pray a little more. Friends can sometimes miss the mark too. In an attempt to cheer you up, they might say, "Come on, let's go out. Just chill, have a drink, party a little. You'll be fine." While their intentions are good, this approach treats a deep emotional issue like a temporary bad mood. But mental health challenges don't heal by being ignored or distracted from. They heal with acknowledgement, with patience, and with understanding. Imagine someone with a severely broken leg being told by their family and friends to just walk it off. Or to go for a run, you'll feel better. It sounds absurd, right? Cruel even. Yet that is exactly how we so often treat emotional pain. We expect people to simply will themselves out of depression or think their way out of an anxiety disorder. This lack of understanding from our core support systems leaves people feeling profoundly misunderstood and reinforces the idea that they must handle their immense burden all by themselves. The good news? Talking helps. But it doesn't have to be this way. The path forward begins with breaking the silence. It begins with one simple, powerful action: talking. Talking about our mental health should be as normal, as routine, as talking about a fever or a sore throat. It's a part of our overall health, not a separate, shameful secret. And a crucial part of this is changing our perspective on what it means to seek help. Reaching out to a therapist or a counselor is not an admission of weakness. It is one of the most profound acts of strength. It's taking charge of your well-being. It's saying, "I value my mind, and I am willing to invest in its health." Asking for support when you need it. Even sharing your feelings with a single trusted friend, someone who you know will listen without judgment, can be a lifeline. It pierces the bubble of isolation and reminds you that you are not alone. That first conversation can be the hardest, but it is also the most important. It's the first step out of the darkness and into the light, taking time for yourself. Alongside talking, we need to build proactive habits for our minds, just as we do for our bodies. We call this daily mental fitness. Activities like meditating for just 10 minutes in the morning to calm your nervous system, or journaling your thoughts before bed to untangle the day's worries. These are not luxuries. They are essential mental vitamins. Going for a walk, getting some exercise, or spending time in nature can have a powerful effect on your mood and stress levels. It's about consciously creating moments of peace and disconnection in our hyper-connected world. Just like you eat food every day to fuel your body, your mind needs daily care to stay resilient and balanced. These small, consistent practices build a foundation of mental strength that can help you navigate life's inevitable challenges with greater ease. These small steps can make a huge difference. Checking in on friends. Finally, creating a mentally healthy world isn't just about our own well-being. It's about how we show up for others. The next time a friend or a family member confides in you and says, "I'm really not okay," pause. Resist the urge to immediately offer solutions or to joke about it. Don't dismiss their pain with a quick, "You'll be fine." Just listen. Create a safe space for them to speak their truth without fear of judgment. Ask open questions like, "That sounds really tough. Do you want to talk more about it?" Sometimes the most profound medicine we can offer another human being is our undivided, compassionate attention. Just being present and letting them know they are heard and seen can be more healing than any advice you could ever give. Mental health isn't just personal, it's global. Ultimately, we need a collective shift in our values. We must recognize that mental health is not a luxury item for the privileged. It is a fundamental human necessity. You go to the gym to strengthen your body. Go to therapy to strengthen your mind. You eat healthy food for physical energy. Practice gratitude and reflection for inner peace. A healthy mind is the foundation upon which a healthy and fulfilling life is built. When we talk openly and support each other, we build a stronger, kinder world. And as we close, remember this: asking for help doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. It is an act of courage and self-respect. Because in the end, the strongest people are not the ones who never feel pain, or the ones who never fall down. They are the ones who, when they fall, have the wisdom and the bravery to ask for a hand to help them get back up. Let's make mental health a priority, for ourselves and everyone around us. Let's build a world where that hand is always there. Thanks for listening.